What's up? Welcome back to the OGN Heroes of the Storm Super League. I'm Tasteless. With me is the one, the only, the Tosis.
The Tosis has arrived.
And we are having a fantastic series today. I know it's a 2-0 so far, but it's not one-sided. These are actually great games. MVP Sky could have won that last game, but they kind of fumbled that there at the very end.
They really did. They were actually outplaying RAVE HOTS a lot. They couldn't finish any team fights. Things you don't necessarily have to on this map. You can just do like a lot of rotating and beat people like that quite often. But you know, they had them down to 1 keep when they had 3. Had that last keep damaged quite a bit, and then ended up losing. I think, you know, when they lost Kerosene with 12 coins, though, that was a really bad moment.
That was the beginning of the crazy comeback we saw there.
Yeah, RAVE HOTS really did a good job to win that, I have to say, Taste. But our next map, my favorite map, Shire.
This is a fantastic map. One of our older maps as well, but I think this is always going to be the classic Heroes of the Storm map here. So obviously you have 3 lanes. There's a top shrine and a bottom shrine, sun shrine and moon shrine. If you can control those, then you have access to the Dragon Knight in the center. When you get the Dragon Knight, you go inside, you become the Dragon Knight. I don't know if you go inside. I don't know quite how it works exactly, guys. I'm not sure if he's like a robot. You go inside and control him. But you get the Dragon Knight, and that allows you some great push potential. There it is.
Yeah, he's really powerful. He's got a lot of health, and of course, when he does end up dying, your hero pops out with whatever health that they have at that point. And I mean, he's very, very powerful. So you definitely want him.
Yeah, you definitely want him. There's 5 mercenary camps in this map. In the upper area, there are the bruiser camps. In the lower area, there are the siege giants. Also at the very bottom, there's some bruisers as well.
That's right, and you know, those camps obviously going to be taken to divert your opponents so you can control those shrines.
No boss on this map, because essentially the Dragon Knight functions as the boss.
Yes, very much so. In fact, every map that has something that you get like this, like Garden of Terror or Shire, doesn't have a boss on it.
Can I tell you in the stream something really weird?
Okay.
I had a dream that I was running around and I was like fighting the Garden of Terror. But like I was in first person.
What hero were you?
I guess I was Jaina. I was throwing frost bolts and stuff.
Okay.
But I was running around and it was crazy because it wasn't quite like the map. I was like running around like
couldn't find your way.
Yeah, I mean I was winning though. I was like doing a good job. I was like avoiding it and doing damage, but it was like, you know when you have those epic dreams about a game? I had that, man.
That's awesome. That's a good dream, maybe. Unless you got kicked. Got kicked behind their turrets. Like, no! All right, so we have a first ban Zagara here. Again, MVP Black does that all the time. Zagara is super powerful on this map.
RAVE HOTS with a snap ban there on Zeratul.
Yeah, this is exactly how the first map played out so far. They do pick up Leoric, but now there's no Zeratul left over for RAVE HOTS to get, so they grab Uther and Joanna. This is exactly so far the same as Game 1.
Yep, it is mirrored picks so far. I think the Uther pick is just so great. I mean, how many times have we seen a battle won thanks to Divine Shield?
All the time. He's absolutely one of the top 3 heroes.
Just to put it in perspective, Divine Shield is basically a void prison you can run around inside of and attack people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if Void Prism was exactly Divine Shield, yeah, that's the way
you can think of it, guys.
Wow. Well, I think you should write the tooltips.
I think
Heroes of the Storm.
I'm quite the
What are you
wordsmith.
doing wasting your time casting? You need to go work for Blizzard and do that, Taste.
I'll get right on it, man. Back over here to MVP Sky. What is the pick gonna be? They already got Leoric, so they got that really annoying damage dealer that has escapes as well as full-on engages, and they're gonna go for the damage. Kel'Thas is the pick.
Yeah, this is obviously one of those best range assassins that we have, and that is actually, again, exactly the same as before. Now, do they pick up Malfurion immediately? Because if so, then Deja Vu. Oh, actually, we got Jaina in that first game. Oh, I got it a little bit off. Okay, never mind.
It's the other cute blonde.
Yeah. Johanna, Jaina, yeah, whatever. Team blonde over here, blonde hair, blue eyes. We've got Grandpa Uther and Mother Johanna. Will we get Jaina, though?
That's what I'm wondering, Artosis. We got to be very careful here in this last pick. When this pick is taken, It's going to be back to the ban phase.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is like always on this turn.
Yeah.
We have Tyrael.
That's about where Tyrael belongs.
That's right where Tyrael shows up, guys. Always in the middle cube, okay?
All right, so they do have 2 camps there on MVP Sky. I'm interested to see if they're going to go for a third or not. Now, we do have the ban going to RAVE HOTS. Do they ban out a healer here? It's possible.
They might. We had the weird bans in the last game, if you remember, where they like Malfurion was getting banned, and then Vala was banned.
Yeah, it was a very interesting one by RAVE HOTS. Definitely different than
got a little meta of the meta there.
Well, I love that each team kind of has their own way of doing things with this.
Yeah.
Asmo. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. The Leoric Asmodan roaming composition where you just build stacks for Glove of Annihilation. It's ridiculous. If you can control that roam in between the 2 close lanes, you get so far ahead.
They banned Kerrigan.
Wow. A lot of respect going out to the Kerrigan player in RAVE HOTS, Tasteless.
That's so funny. Hey, I don't blame him, though, right?
She killed it, man.
Yeah,
like, she
did too well. They're just like, all right, just get her out of there.
Yeah.
Let's see what else they know how to play.
Kerrigan, a lot of respect from the Korean teams for Kerrigan since that big buff that she got. We've seen her more and more and banned more and more. So
now over here to RAVE HOTS with their next 2 middle picks. It's going to be a Sergeant Hammer and a Jaina. And you know what? Uther, Sergeant Hammer, Jaina, that can wreck some lanes, my friend.
Yes.
You really get to beat up the entrances really early, and I think it's critical on a map like Shire.
Yeah.
You just are able to beat up the entrance, and then because if the dragon just gets one of the forts early on, that's good enough.
Yeah.
That's the beginning to get the momentum onto your side. We have the Butcher Artosis.
Oh my God, the Butcher. You take away Kerrigan, that's fine. We'll just take the Butcher. Really cool what we're seeing here. Not surprised by too many of these
I saw
picks.
Nazebo picked in that last one. What was the other last pick?
Malfurion.
Malfurion, okay. So they got their
healer.
support there. Makes sense.
Indeed.
All right, guys. This may be our final game, or this could be the beginning of MVP Sky's comeback.
It definitely could be. I'm very excited to see how this one plays out, Tasteless. I gotta say, I'm like looking at this. I'm not sure actually who's gonna end up winning this. I like how RAVE HOTS is playing. I like how they're drafting as well. It's very interesting. It's kind of cool.
All right, our map has loaded up, guys. So your friends that join us here as we're in game number 3, MVP Sky against RAVE HOTS. So over here in the center, we're going to have MVP Sky and RAVE HOTS now here on the right. So another swap here of the starting locations.
And possibly the colors, but I don't really keep track of that, so I'm not
sure. It's still red on the right, blue on the left. I think it's always like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, MVP was on the right-hand side last time. Okay. Anyways, here we go. A little bit of a scuffle here early on.
And I don't think we're gonna have too much here. It's gonna be a little bit hard for MVP Sky to get too much presence here since the Sergeant Hammer's out.
Yeah.
And they got the Jaina with Blizzard, so.
Don't forget that Butcher can put on ridiculous damage very quickly to one of your heroes, so we might see that here. Oh, gonna go ahead and chop up Leoric there for a moment. Looks like the lanes are going to be chosen at this point. We do have a Leoric going up top. Sergeant Hammer already there. Definitely Sergeant Hammer, a great solo laner as well.
And it looks like for the bottom lane, it's going to be a very conservative Jaina play.
And look at this. Oh my God. A nice. Oh, they almost get him, but the zombie donut does come up here from MVP.
Oh, and as you can see, he's actually Butcher being poisoned there, but it looks like he will be able to get away. But maybe not the same here for Uther. And this is starting to look like the team comp that maybe MVP Sky needs to win this.
Yeah, could be. They're doing a great job so far with this roam. They're really showing their dominance in that center area in between the top and bottom lanes, and that's really important. If you have that power there, Tasteless, then your opponents have to rotate the long way or risk dying.
And we have the tank coming down now. Just going to be able to push Nazebo back. Nazebo's so squishy early on. You got to be very, very careful with that, as he's usually the primary focus in most fights over here.
Right now we do have MVP going ahead and clearing that middle lane. We have Hammer actually winning this lane so far against Nazebo. He's not going to be able to do anything against the Jaina Hammer combo.
as you see, the zombie wall not always effective against Sergeant Hammer, since Sergeant Hammer can actually blow back the zombies when that contain actually occurs.
Or run out of there sometimes as well. But look at this. This is a very strong push on this top lane.
And this is that combo I was talking about. Jaina, Uther, Sergeant Hammer. It's just very difficult to stop this from bleeding out your walls.
Totally. That's such a tough lane. What do you even send up there to really deal with that? Because as soon as you start attacking in, Hammer's hitting you before you get there. And then when you get close, Jaina just finishes you off.
And, you know, to add to this, having Butcher in the middle here is brilliant. Because they can come down here and just Whoa!
Whoa, that was fast. That was... Don't normally see Dragon Knight taking that quickly, but
yeah, this is
good
2
job
minutes,
by RAVE
30-second Dragon Knight. Now, again, when you get the Dragon Knight earlier, it's a little bit more abusable. It also can die a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But you want to really try to eke out as much damage as humanly possible on those walls.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you kill the walls and you kind of keep them dancing. Look, we have 4 heroes here for MVP Sky, so they're missing Soak somewhere. Somewhere they're not getting experience from minions being taken out.
And still, no, just forcing out some more bullets over here. I think Sergeant Hammer's going to have to be very careful there, not to get taking too much damage from the Zebo. The Zebo, by the way, going to be very impactful later on in this game. The damage output that he does is just insane.
Yeah, he's just so fantastic right now. Well, we do have Leoric trying to hold that bottom lane at the moment. Nice little rotations going down as we see from RAVE HOTS.
And we're going to have now the first mercenary camp captured over here. RAVE HOTS going to take the Siege Giants down here. We may see a possible rotation up into the Bruiser camp.
Oh, but they do get a pick off on Sergeant Hammer here at the top as Kael'thas comes up to help out with Nazebo. So definitely a very good kill there by MVP Sky.
RAVE HOTS looks like they will once again send this powerful team comp down here. Jaina and Uther down here to the bottom. Now remember, with Butcher here, it's going to be really tough to get away from. I think if there was one player that could get away to be Soul here as Leoric, because Leoric is just so hard to kill. But ooh, hold up!
Oh man, Jaina diving on this capture point. Butcher comes in as well. Tyrael in a lot of trouble. A lot of damage being dealt to Tyrael. A nice lift up there on the Butcher. Tyrael does end up going down, but could deal some significant damage, and Butcher falls as well.
Butcher taking now out of this fight. Leoric still pretty low up here. Leoric is now taking out Jaina, very rooted now and very low, but backing out at the last second.
Huge save there by Uther on Jaina. She was so close to death there, and it looks like that is a steal for RAVE HOTS.
Another one of these nice victories there by RAVE HOTS. That Jaina not dying is absolutely huge. A beautiful escape there. That's going to allow her to continue to start pushing in more of these lanes.
All right, well, right now, RAVE HOTS looking good. They do have that 1-level lead at the moment. Really kind of annoying MVP Sky. Look at this, once again getting another camp. This is going to be their 3rd camp against 0 camps from MVP Sky. Once again, RAVE HOTS just showing a better rotation than their opponents.
They're just able to navigate these games so beautifully. I gotta say, it's very impressive here what RAVE HOTS is doing. RAVE HOTS, by the way, looks like is set to be in the fast lane here for getting that level 10 critical, especially for this phase of the game here in Heroes of the Storm.
Definitely the case.
Oh my God, Nazebo's gonna go down.
Oh,
no, not enough.
Nice heals there by Malfurion to save him. That was really quite clutch. They did not want to lose him there. Very important, because if they do, they're just going to lose another dragon.
And already Top Shrine in control here for RAVE HOTS. It looks like there's going to be a skirmish down here with Johanna at the bottom with Leoric.
Yeah, Leoric wins that, so they're going to have to send someone back down there to help deal with that. But for the time being, it looks like Jaina out of position here. Tasteless going to take a lot of damage. Down she goes.
Stops running and fires a bolt in the wrong direction. And now it looks like it might be top area that will be under control here of MVP Sky. And this would be a great win. If they got to the dragon before level 10 happens.
They're going to get the dragon right now, Tasteless. No one's in the center. Uther going to try to stop him. Can he do it? No! Very nice. Kael'thas does grab that Dragon Knight.
Beautiful play there, and that was the best time you could have possibly gotten the Dragon Knight. I can't believe you didn't die.
So funny. Leoric can get out of some tight spots, no doubt.
With the Dragon being acquired during the small window when level 10 was achieved by one team and not the other, that's the best time to have that Dragon. It makes it nullifies the level 10 advantage, causing a big distraction there for RAVE HOTS. Let's see now how much damage this Dragon can do.
Well, MVP Sky going to go ahead, rotate down here, sticking together for the time being. We do have Tyrael in the background there, ready with his judgment as they do push through these towers.
Punting now Sergeant Hammer off the map. They're going to go ahead and try to push in the bottom fort. This will be the first fort to be destroyed right now in this Heroes of the Storm game, and I don't think there's anything that RAVE HOTS can do to contest it.
Well, right now they are kind of microing back at the moment. We do see Joanna having to flee northwards. Looks like right now a lot of damage being done to Nazebo. Nazebo does go down.
And this is a great time to try to close in because Dragon is almost gone, and now they're going to get a second kill there.
Oh man, Kael'thas absolutely going down. You know what, they did get the fort, but losing 3 heroes for it, I have to call that a bit of an overextension.
I have to agree with you, Artosis, and I think we're going to see a counter push here from RAVE HOTS. And there's no time to waste here. They can easily get in here, I believe, take out that fort, get out, and make this a much more balanced trade.
Yeah, look at this damage just coming out of Sergeant Hammer, starting to target down that fort. If they were to kill that, that's just going to rub salt in the wounds of MVP Sky, losing 3 heroes to kill that fort, including the Dragon Knight.
MVP Sky's coming down here to defend. They got to be careful not to overextend. This is still a 2 versus 4, at least for now.
Yeah, I guess with the fort on their back, they're feeling pretty brave. They do push them back for the time being. And right now, you know, it looks like everyone's going to slow it down a bit. People need some heals. They need to regain mana, and it's time to grab some of these mercenary camps.
Yeah, you made a very good point there, Artosis. They're going to have to get more mana. You can even look at Butcher. There are hardly any abilities he can even use for the time being. Whether it's a Well Tap or the Hearthstone, he's got to go back there and recharge.
Well, it looks like right now we do have a judgment going down on Uther. They absolutely do not get him. He does go ahead, cleanse himself, get out of there.
So we really see how Jada just doesn't die there. And once again, a nice job there pushing back this lane over here is MVP Sky. Nobody's going to take the bottom camp, it looks like, just yet. Although RAVE HOTS may be primed to do so in a second here.
Well, right now we do have MVP Sky starting to rotate up to their night camp. Looks like they will be able to take that out at just the right time before these shrines do start. But RAVE HOTS going to go ahead and take out this fort. Definitely something they would trade for that camp.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what they might do is actually take this camp out on the way back down. It's still about, 10 more seconds before the Dragon Knight is going to be an option here.
Yeah. Looks like they will go ahead and grab that. In the meantime, we do have a strong push up at this top fort. Kael'thas throwing down his Phoenix to deal some extra damage there. Only Joanna up there to actually defend.
You know what's actually interesting about this? It looks like RAVE HOTS' plan is to push in bottom lane so hard, they're just always going to have access to the core.
Well, it's a good strat when you have someone like Sergeant Hammer. That bottom lane, it's far superior to top lane. They don't care about that top fort. No one finishes top. You finish in the mid or in the bottom.
The bridge is too much of a funnel up there for them to do that. And I think you're totally right. If you just open up the bottom lane, you're going to be able to, whenever you do win that big team fight, let's say you're both at level 20, and the death timer is quite long, there's no way that you're going to be able to recover. They just do a beeline straight from the bottom lane to the core.
Oh, look at this, a Ring of Frost going down, not really catching anyone right there, but the Butcher runs in, tries to get Malf, a nice ice block there. In the meantime, we do have Nazebo putting a lot of damage on. A Judgment from Tyrael goes down on Butcher, but he does get out.
Tyrael may have possibly overextended. Looks like Butcher will be the first to go down here. We still have Leoric very, very low on HP with the ice block there by Jaina. Jaina now taking some damage here as well. Jaina will go down.
Oh, nice fight here from MVP Sky, taking down both Butcher and Jaina. Everyone else in full retreat. 5 on 3 right now, and it looks like another Dragon Knight will go to MVP Sky.
MVP Sky right now looking very excited. This is the game they needed to start this comeback. Dragon Knight has been obtained, and looks like we're going to have a middle lane push here.
All right, they're going to be able to get this fort easy peasy, lemon squeezy, tasteless. They're going to take it down. They have those mercs still pushing the top, which is very nice as well. And this leaves nothing but keeps left for RAVE HOTS.
And we're going to see continual pushes now, just right here into the center. Beautiful Phoenix there by Kael'thas. And I mean, it's not over yet, but this is a very big victory right now for MVP Sky. This is definitely putting them in the position they need to be if they're going to close this.
Oh, a bit of a mistake there, trying to kick Joanna. The worst thing to kick, taking a lot of damage during that, like half the health being stripped from the Dragon Knight. So while it looks like they will get this keep, could have been maybe even better than this.
We're going to see the beginnings of a team fight here. Jaina taking a lot of damage right now. Jaina trying to get out. It looks like Nazebo so low, but he will survive. Butcher now, the focus of attacks here. Again, Nazebo still alive somehow.
Looks like Jaina pushing forward, trying to get some extra damage. Hammer throwing down the napalm.
Oh, they're going for Leoric.
Well, I mean, I guess they might be able to get him. Wraithwalk is down for the time being. A lot of damage being put on. Oh, and Kael'thas ends up getting the kill there. Oh, a nice heroic going down right now by Nazebo, getting rid of Uther. The Butcher on the run, but can he actually live? He takes it out.
Nice response there. Butcher takes him out. However, the core is exposed. It is 2 versus 4 right now.
Yeah, and they might be able to get a nice tranquility here from Malfurion, doing a lot of healing, but with that minion spawn and a lot of poking going on, can they actually finish this core?
Well, it's still at 100%.
Well, Mouth goes down.
Problem is now they're going to be spawning, popping up basically one at a time, and with the heroes incrementing out. Well, I guess MVP is saying we're down 0-2. Let us not screw this up, guys.
You know what? It was a little bit ambitious. Malf didn't really have a lot of mana. He didn't have, you need a lot of healing when you're this low trying to kill that core. And while he had his tranquility, he was taken out. They have to run away from there. A good retreat.
And yeah, I mean, let's see what they can do with this now. This is a lead, but we're in a second we're gonna have all 5 of the RAVE HOTS players out.
Yeah.
And so that's the 5-man realm.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5 versus 5 here now.
Basically, RAVE HOTS can't lose a team fight from here.
You're very right about that.
They can only trade. You can have like, okay, you killed 2, but we killed 2. That's okay. Yeah. Anything beyond that, that is going to be a bullet in the heart.
Indeed.
Of their core.
They have that middle lane completely open right now. MVP can finish at their leisure if they kill a bunch of their opponents. So
it looks like MVP Sky's strategy is going to be map objectives. Meanwhile, an assassination attempt. Look at the space. He's not going to let that March of the Black King do any damage there. Bottom Shrine about to be acquired. And I guess we're going to see the 2 teams collide here in the top or in the middle. Keep in mind it is a 4v5 right now.
Yeah, it looks like they will be able to, of course, take out a siege camp. They want pushes on that bottom lane. Really, one of their tickets to victory could be taking out that bottom keep so that they have a good road. They've already pushed it in. Yeah. The fort is still alive in the middle, so probably not the place that they want to hit. But in the meantime, a lot of damage from MVP Sky going down on that top wall over the bridge.
Looks like we may have a skirmish, little engagement right here in the center. Meanwhile, at bottom shrine, Liorca sneaking down there. And actually, that's going to mean that I actually don't think they can give up this position right now. Maybe this guy actually can't, but try to go back and take a card. I think they have to just win the fight.
Yeah, well, right now, I mean, RAVE HOTS, they have to stay here. They can't go get a shrine. If anyone leaves, then they will lose the team fight. They're down 2 levels. Not a talent, but still better stats for their opponents. And
Jaina diving in. Butcher with a heroic activated, but not connecting, unfortunately, there.
Nice divine shield there on the Butcher, keeping him alive. He's going to be able to heal up here on Tyrael, it looks like. In the meantime, Joanna taking a lot of damage, and there's no healer in sight for her. She's going to have to run out, but she is going to be picked off, perhaps.
Look at how ridiculous this hero is, guys. This hero just does not die.
Oh, man.
All right, finally, Joanna does go down. Dragon Knight's been acquired, though.
That's it. It's going to be 3 heroes down, and they've got the Dragon Knight. This is going to be MVP Sky's first victory in this tournament.
It's their first, but it cannot be their last, as they are now going to be up 1. Well, not up. They're just 1-2.
Yeah.
They're down 1-2 after this.
Down
in fact,
1-2.
They have to win this game. Well, they've already won this game. The next game with a 1. They're going to have to win every other game on out from here.
Yeah,
but that was a solid win. Good team comp, good synergy.
Great job.
Game number 3, finally going to, I think, what most people were considering the favorites here, MVP Sky.
That MVP team name carries a lot of weight with it, Tasteless, especially these days. So people probably were really thinking they'd be able to take it, but RAVE HOTS has played fantastically. I think that they played pretty well in that game, but
I think so.
Overall, MVP Sky just doing a fantastic job.
Can they keep it up? Was it more execution or was it team composition in your mind?
Okay, let me think about this for a second. I think that
because I think it was actually just really good execution there. That Nazebo, how many times was Nazebo at like 2% health?
Certainly.
He's running out of there.
Look, you know what? That's definitely a fact. It was a 1 tank composition for RAVE HOTS, which is not very common out here. So I wonder if that might have something to do with it as well.
That is true. The Koreans do love their warrior class.
Yeah, I mean, it is almost always 2 tanks, but picking up the Butcher there instead of a second tank, kind of interesting stuff. I mean, they had a lot of damage output, and Uther did his best. Uther definitely, was throwing up those divine shields, trying to heal everyone. Had some very clutch saves on Jaina for sure. I don't know, man. That was, I feel like MVP Sky just kind of outplayed them. You know, they got those extra Dragon Knights, they pushed into the core and had a great time with it.
Here we're getting some of the highlights of this game. Now this was the first fort to go down here at the bottom with the Dragon Knight acquired. And this was the beginning of the demise of the infrastructure here for RAVE HOTS.
Yeah, I do want to mention also that MVP Sky was fantastic at dodging that Ring of Frost heroic from Jaina. So that definitely, like, we saw that go up several times and they just stood in the middle of it. It was really well done. They were very on top of dodging, so by the way, that's really important.
Malfurion brilliantly played that last battle. You know, staying immune at that one moment and then, you know, just keeping the healing going on while still staying in the proper zone to distance away. Now here's another moment where Gazebo just does not die.
You know, they're kind of all over the place. Who are they targeting, really? Some nice explosions, though. That chain bomb, just crazy.
Yeah, and that was great teamwork there by MVP Sky. That was the one they said, wait a minute, they overextend. Our lane's now in there. They're actually going into our minions. We also saw back there the Butcher's heroic didn't connect with anything.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of that battle, starting to go very poorly.
Johanna went too
let's just
deep,
look at
too,
Johanna.
I think.
Look at this hero. Just does not die.
Yeah.
It just does not die.
I think she went too deep in there too, Tasteless.
I think
as
you're
the
right.
solo tank, she can't dive that deep. No one's there to protect their damages, to peel for them. And
well, that was a tough one because they were fighting over the Dragon Knight.
yeah, I mean they had to put on damage there.
I mean, you got to kind of YOLO that, and it didn't work. I think that wasn't the big mistake that game. That was just the final byproduct of MVP Sky's lead.
Certainly.
Well, guys, it's starting to be a little bit closer, at least as points go. Each game here has been pretty neck and neck. But, you know, for the time when we started, it was RAVE HOTS just winning at the end there. Great teamwork, especially in the end. But on that one, it was a slow, steady climb for MVP Sky.